A few weeks before my daughter's father passed away, I got a visit from none other than a soul collector. So Mike wanted to go out that night, right? I came home off a 12-hour shift and he wanted to go out, and I was like, you go out, I'm fucking staying home. You're like, you sure? I'm like, I'm very fucking sure you could go, I can go out because I need to fucking sleep. It was probably like 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning when I wake up because I could hear, I'm a very light sleeper. I wake up hearing movement downstairs. We lived in a 2-floor apartment, which was beautiful. It had a loft style upstairs, and so it was very open. And then downstairs, the kitchen, and then we had like an extra bedroom. It was beautiful. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on down there? I start screaming, Mike, nothing. So I go down to look over this little balcony area that we had towards the room, as the loft. And I look out and I don't see anything, but it's dark. And I'm like, okay, let me flick on this little hallway light. I start yelling, Mike. Nothing. In our room, in front of the bed, I had the TV on low and it was on, so I turned it off, and there's a carpet in front of the bed that the piece of wood, it was all wood, the piece of wood, if you stepped on it, would hit the carpet and make a sound. So I go back to bed and I'm like, okay, well, I must be hearing shit. At this point now, I really can't sleep because I'm like alert, like there's some movement downstairs. And I keep tossing and turning. And as I move over to the right, I could hear again movement. Now this time it's the stairs. I hear someone walking up the stairs. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So I stand up, and the way you looked in the room, like to look out, I could stand in front of like our doorway, but we didn't have a door, and it was like a mini hallway, and you could look out into the apartment. So I'm standing there and I'm looking out, and I'm like, there's gotta be something there. Nothing was there, but I could still hear footsteps. So my crazy ass, I don't even know how the fuck I did this, walks over a little bit to look into the staircase, and there's no one. I'm like, okay, so this is a spirit that is clearly here to make a visit. I go back to bed. This time I am sure it's a spirit. I'm gonna fucking cover me because I'm a little bit nervous. Like something is uneasy about this particular spirit. It just gave me fear. Covered from head to toe, bitch. I was nervous, but I could see through the blanket. So I'm like, okay, I hear what sounded like the biggest steps. It was just so large. Doom, doom, slowly. And I'm like, is this fucking really happening right now? I hear this thing coming slowly, and I hear it breathing. The breathing was like of a very like out of breath person. Like that. And I'm like, fuck no, bitch. I was so terrified at this point. I am praying, and I could hear it coming into the room. At this point, I open my eyes and I see this huge silhouette. It was the biggest, like, I can't even, it had to be like 7 feet tall, very wide. No real shape. It was almost like a blob, but it was big, but it had like structure. I can't even explain it. This thing literally walks towards me on the bed and sniffs me. And I was like, holy fuck. Oh my God. Like I was so frozen and shaking. And I'm like, why is he sniffing me? What is this thing? It was sniffing me. It was all in my face. The blanket was covered from head to toe. It was all in my face. And after it sniffed me, it realized it wasn't for me. That's when I realized, what the fuck is this thing? When it did that, in that moment, I realized it didn't want me. It got up as if it was like, okay, this is not who I was looking for. Walked around, and that's how I knew I wasn't crazy, because I was thinking maybe I'm delusional and I'm dreaming this shit. No, when it walked in front of the bed, I heard that pop sound. I was like, oh fuck, it's real. This thing is real and it's really here, and don't take the blanket off your fucking head. But I could see through the blanket. So as it goes around the bed, it sniffs the side of my man at the time, Mike's side of the bed. Sniffed it, looked around, and realized he's not here. And that's when I realized this thing was for Mike, and it was looking for him. Once it sniffed that side of the bed and realized he was not there, it stood up, walked past the bed, left out the front door, basically, because you could hear it going down the steps and then disappear. I was so mortified in fear. I couldn't even describe what was happening. All I knew was I'm going to sleep this off because this is absolutely insane. A few weeks later is when he passed away. And that's when I realized I think this was the Grim Reaper or some sort of soul collector coming to pick him up. Even he had a very strange event happen to him the day he died. He could feel someone or some people watching him. It was the weirdest thing. And I remember waking up to him staring at me and just telling me, you know, when I woke up, I was like, why are you watching me? And he was like, I just want to remember your face forever. I told him, I don't like you talking like that because that, you know, you're freaking me out, because we were both very spiritual. And a few hours later, he had passed away. He had drowned. So looking back at it, I was like, wow, it's crazy how when you are very spiritually inclined, you can get a pre-warning. And that thing that came that night was definitely a pre-warning.